What's going on, guys? It's God Professor O coming through with a dose of that good. Yo, come everywhere like broken glass and around like a circle. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. So first I want to talk about is be genuine from the beginning, middle, and end. What do I mean by that, right? First and foremost, when you're being genuine, that means you're being authentic. When you're being authentic, that means you're being true, straight line to yourself. Now, I'm not out here saying be gullible and be easily manipulative, because no, please use your brain as God has blessed you with, and also use your heart as well. These are two brains that you've been blessed with, and they have great instincts and great amount of information for you to access to, if only you know how to control it, which you can look at my other videos and we kind of pinpoint that indirectly. But when you do those things, you'll be able to directly learn it. So when you're in this state and you're learning, living, growing, etc., so forth, doing the things that you should be doing as I study, like applying yourself, you'd wanna stay genuine. Now, being authentic, I think I'm gonna put it like that instead of being genuine. Staying authentic and being authentic to yourself is not only peace for yourself and give room for who you are to grow personally, and you be able to project yourself in a general sense, in the general public, and keep the things detached from you. You won't be able to take things personally because you know who you are as a person, as an individual, as your own personal life form, understanding who you are mentally, emotionally, instinctually, etc., so forth. I digress. But when you're keeping it authentic at all times and all given times, that means you're literally, and I mean this to the umpteenth degree, that everything is non-thought, right? I don't know how to really explain this, but I'm going to try my best, because again, you get to a point when you're understanding yourself at a certain level of development that a lot of words can't explain what you're experiencing. You know, you can only give but so many words that can lead up to that experience to help other people. But when you get to that point of view, or that perspective, that developed perspective, it's a level that you can't really explain, you know, like it's an experience more so. But I digress. So when you're staying authentic to yourself and you're in that non-thought, you're not thinking about anything, literally. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people ask, like, who are you? You know, they'll ask you questions like that, or it'll be possible because who are you? What do you do for a living? How do you like, you know, things like that. And you can easily explain, oh, well, I'm a computer analyst, or I'm a foreman at my workplace, environmental specialist, whatever the case may be. You want to put a little glamour glitter over it, etc., so forth. Whatever you want to call it, salesman, a social worker, custodian, you know the common terms that they'll say. Well, when someone asks you, who are you? Or what makes you excited? What is something that you're passionate about? What causes you to have interest in this topic or in this circumstance? Questions that shed light on you as an individual and you as a unique individual, only things that are personal to you. Now, these are questions that I've asked myself genuinely a lot of times, because I wanted to know, how can I express myself fully, competently, and simply if I was speaking to a child, a teenager, a young adult, an adult, and a senior. I wanted to be able to or give the same explanation that I'm giving at all times, to a point where it's simple, it's understandable, and it's relatable. Because again, we all can relate to each other. Now, we may not have the same interests and hobbies and etc., so forth, but as far as relating to the point, we're both having an experience, so there should be some type of common ground of relatability. I digress. I'm very to the point, but I say all that to say, when you ask yourself these questions, you'll be able to enter a point where there's this non-thought. What I mean by non-thought is that you're not thinking about, all right, I got to show up and I got to do it like this, and I got to make sure this is on point, this, that, and the third. You're already going to be doing that. It's already become who you are, and it's natural. And everything you do is going to flow and it's going to be so effortlessly, and it's going to have this effect. And I call this effect, I call it the influence effect. The influence effect is pretty much is like, you could just be having a simple conversation or a simple, whatever the case may be, and then someone literally will look at you in awe, like they're in awe. They're like, wow, yo, like how he said it, what he said. It's because you're in your reality. Like, I can't even explain it. It's just, you're in this state where everything you do is inspiring. Everything you do has an effect that can just ripple through someone's being. And it's because it's that authentic, full self of you. You know what I mean? You're so full. And when you're giving out, and when you're speaking out, and when you're talking out, it has that hits to the point where it's like, whoa. And you could be talking about the weather of the day. You know what I mean? But it's something that's whole in you. And that's because you're speaking from a point where everything's aligned, and you're in your authenticity. You're in a genuine state, a genuine flow. And that's what you want to hit. And you'll know it when you hit it, when you start to realize, like, all right, I know this. I'm cool, I'm smooth, I'm all these cool things. You know what I mean? Like, I really am. But now it's more so like you're oozing out these terms and these traits and this perspective in your day-to-day conversation without you even mentioning it at all. It's something about being authentic to the T. When it leaks into someone else, it'll leak into your conversation, it'll leak into your emotions and movements, it'll leak into your thoughts, of course, when you start to think about things that needs to be thought about. It's just something about you that will be all but you in everything that you do. And people will sense this, because everybody has that sense and relatability to being authentic, because they can sense it when something is up. And especially for the ones that are very non-authentic. Again, it turns that light on. And when it turns that light on, and when it's constantly going on and on and on, it's going to cause some irritability in them. And they're going to be irritable, and they're going to feel like, all right, what's happening right now? You know what I mean? What am I feeling? What is this? Why is this person making me feel this way? And mind you, this person could just be having a normal conversation, a normal speech, or not even speaking at all. They're just in there minding their business, but how they're doing it, it's turning that light on to be like, shine your light. But again, these are others that, again, when they get that eureka moment, that aha, they turn their light off. And as they turn their light off, they still gather things that doesn't agree with their personal signal. And then it starts to have personal and inside battles, inside mental battles with themselves. But I digress. I don't want to get too much into that. Let's stay to the point. And I've written some points down to it. So give me one moment. And when you're having an authentic, genuine persona about yourself, you're always at peace, even when the storm comes. Why? You're just at peace at all times, right? And I'm not ever saying that, you hit to a point where you're like, I feel nothing. This doesn't faze me. This has happened? Well, time will tell and time will pass. I'm not saying that at all. Everyone has their own feelings and how they feel. But what I am saying is that where you're truly authentic in yourself and everything is in alignment, you will be responding to these situations more competently instead of reacting more emotionally and instinctually. That's what I'm saying. And I'm going to wrap it up with that right there. Listen, guys, this message is for the adept out there, for the masters, the experts, the prophets, and the ethos, and the selfish, and the one that's always doing it and never losing it, that's growing and going and growing at all times. Very proud of you. Keep it up. Keep going. Keep doing what you do. Make sure you're doing it good. Can you dig it? And for the haters out there that like looking at your boy, hey, make sure you get my good side. Can you dig it? You already know what's going on as we're pumping out these videos, and we're going to keep it going, y'all. Non-stop. Can you dig it? Yeah. I think you can. Peace, love, and light, guys. Let's catch you in the next video.